We'll have to see what will come of this match as well. Where will the Pom Sheeps go? How well will the Rogues play? And how well will the Mages? Because this is SK's time to shine. They are at match point here at the Global Finals as the gates open for round 4. Following DK from the beginning, HON are going to be in your top left. SK Gaming will be in the top right. DK has been playing rather aggressive. They want him to play more defensive, avoids the Blizzard. Does get a sap. That sap's going to be on the mage and gets away cleanly this time. DK has been caught out of stealth many a times, and in comes his team to go offensive. HON look like they got the opener they've been wanting. They get onto the Priest of Hyugi quite aggressively. Jay Walker is actually caught into a cheap shot as they had him controlled, and there's a lot of pressure, although onto Hyugi. But there we go, there comes the pressure finally. He drops down to half HP, in comes a Holy Fire. There comes a Garrote as well, and DK, it looks like he's sheeped through Cloak of Shadows there, and finally gets back almost onto his target. So great job by Kawana to control. Hyugi's dropped down to half HP. Jay Walker's now going to open up, and there comes an early pain suppression onto DK. Caught into a full kidney. In comes a Rupture. Jay Walker from SK is in a blind. HON have a little bit of time to breathe. They have another chance to get a kill onto SK. Let's see if they can do it. Rogue versus Rogue into the center. Still following DK from HON. Is going to reopen. Jay Walker slightly under pressure on health. Is caught into a kidney, and he's actually going to trinket out of that and go back onto the Rogue. So SK Gaming elongating this fight by a lot.
And DK using his dismantle there again. It's back up. Walker should be back up soon. DK used it defensively earlier to mitigate Walker's damage.
And this could be bad as DK drops low, and number one can only throw one hill, and there comes the kill. There could be a cross kill. They need the cross kill. They get the cross kill, and this is a 2-on-2. And SK Gaming almost walked away with the victory, killing DK. But look at this, Kawana being completely targeted. Number one has, a poly. There is a poly onto Hyugi. Finally some heals, and Kawana needs to back off very, very defensively. But the mana is in favor on the Priest over for Hyugi, but not anymore. They are all evened up, all level pegging here on this 2v2. And if Hyugi and Kawana can take the kill, they will be champions. But HON only just missed out on the kill, and they could go for it again. And it actually looks like they're going to go for the Priest. Kawana was improved counterspelled. He is going to be nuking number one as well. Number one is completely needs to get out of this situation following number one from HON. Pet up for Hyugi. It looks like SK Gaming could take this. It looks like they could pass victory and beat HON against almost all odds as far as every professional player was concerned here. And number one finally gets a sheep. That's going to be instantly trinketed, goes up to 600 mana. And what's going to be the difference here?
Kawana's Evocate is going to be crippling here for HON. He's got his cooldowns back up. He already blew Palm. He's got AP. Hasn't been as lucky with his clear cast procs as Orangemarmalade has, but Orangemarmalade is now in a position to drink.
Because look at this, there's absolutely no mana on the team. Number one's caught in the fair, and he is going to drop, and SK Gaming are going to take this. They're going to take victory. They're going to claim the 30,000. It's only Orangemarmalade to fight to the end, and he is going to run it out. He doesn't want to leave this finals. He can't believe that they've lost. They've come so far from the lower bracket. They almost claimed victory. They tied it up at one apiece. He is going to run away, and in comes the final abilities, the final kills that they need to claim victory. And SK Gaming, despite having to fight against a very resilient Orangemarmalade, are going to be the champions, are going to be your winners. But look at a counter kill.
This is incredible.
Oh my God.
Kawana got way too aggressive, got in there. Orangemarmalade blew all of his cooldowns. He had the mana, he got a clear cast barrage proc.
I'm so impressed. Orangemarmalade turned that on its head. SK Gaming were playing like they won. They went in and were like, this guy, he's just messing with us. He's literally just playing with our feelings. He's only doing this to annoy us, to stop us walking over that finish line. But in actual fact, Orangemarmalade from HON could pull out the best victory that has ever been seen at a tournament, but not only that, to save his team, to give him another chance to win. And so far, this Mage versus Priest, despite having to stop the resurrections, Who's your money on?
Look at this dispel blocking. He threw up Fire Ward, useless, except when you're trying to avoid getting dispelled. Blue is Evocate. He's got his Mana Shield back up, evocating. He's going to have min-max damage here against Hyogi's bare minimum cooldowns. I'm about to switch over and see what he's got. He's going for a res halfway through, knows he's not going to get it. He's just trying to force Orange Marmalade's hand to try to get him over here, get him into a pressure situation. Hyogi's at a huge advantage here. Disc Priests are a huge pain for mages in Ruins because the line of sight is about like it is in sewers. You just don't want to deal with it. Your target is out of line of sight so very often, and I really can't say it any other way than it sucks. It is the worst situation to be in a 1v1 when line of sight is what's killing you, not skill. Orange Marmalade here, going to get back everything. Sheep's off DR. He's got another win in there. And I'll tell you what went wrong here is that HON didn't take the opportunity they had when Hyogi was feared into a poly earlier on Quana. Back in the 2v2 started. Quana should have been dead there, but it just didn't fall in their favor. The cards weren't there for them. And now Quana playing super aggressive, getting there on Orange Marmalade with his back to the corner, cooldowns up, clear cast, Missile Barrage proc. I mean, that's massive damage. I don't see if he had AP up or not, but if he did, you're talking about 3k crits per tick. Quana dipped from 60 to 0 on a channeled spell through a wall. Yeah. Gotta love it. Hyogi's pressured real big here. You see another Barrage proc. Constant pressure coming out of Orange Marmalade. This is his play style. Arcane pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Orange Marmalade from HON is going to drop that pressure as heavy as he can onto Hyogi. As soon as he gets him down to half HP, there is a chance to get a big kill. Obviously, we do have some cooldowns that will save Hyogi. There is obviously going to be Desperate Prayer up. He just used his trinket to get a cheeky mana burn off. He's got 1 minute on his pet if he needs to get mana. But now Orange Marmalade will reset and try and drink. He doesn't want to go too far away from the situation. He didn't want to let Hyogi go for a res, so instead he's going to blink out and sheep. After the sheep, now he's going to try and drink. Hyogi getting a little bit closer. In comes a full Evocate. So now mana back on in favor of Orange Marmalade. Gonna get that poly, not before he got mana burnt though. In comes an Arcane Blast. Poly's gonna come off. He is gonna actually invis that mana burn, so he won't get hit. So at the moment, both of these guys playing this absolutely flawlessly. But you've got a feeling that Orange Marmalade is possibly still grinning from that previous kill, even though you can see him on your screen there. That's Orange Marmalade in the right-hand side.
This is it. AP, IV. This is his opportunity to kill. He's got PS up, though. Look at the damage. Even through PS, he's up down to half. He blew MI. I disagree with his positioning on MI, but whatever. It's Orange Marmalade. Who am I to say? He's still got his cooldowns. He's got to do a lot of work here. PS is down. He needs to start interrupting some of those burns if he can, or he's going to pay for it. I know you want to save your CS for the heals, Orange, but come on. You're not going to win this with 0 mana. The Discipline Police does have a noticeable advantage, and we're seeing it here. There's the gem. There's the two-piece proc, and this is good. He's got him in a silence, slowed. He's got good line of sight. He's keeping pressure on him. His MI's down, so he doesn't have that auto slow from the bolt, and he doesn't have that little extra damage from like the 300 damage bolts and the 400 damage fire blast, but it doesn't matter. He's drinking whenever he can. I've never seen anybody use Invis to drink for a tick. I
mean, he's just playing so fantastic, the Orange Marmalade. There's a nice Shadow Word Death. That's going to keep Hyogi out of that poly. And he goes back into a second one, though. That will come off soon. Slow is on him. In comes the Arcane Barrage. In comes the Mana Burn.
There we go.
That is going to be counterspelled. And, well, here comes the damage onto Hyogi. He knows he can probably get him down to half HP. Now, he has to channel that Greater Heal just to get some health up. He can't afford to go down low versus Orange Marmalade. Orange Marmalade will blink away from the fight and is probably going to want to drink again. And his gem won't be up for another 2 seconds, but that's not going to bother him too much. And now Hyogi from SK Asia, let me remind you, they are winning this 2-1. If he does manage to take this 1-on-1, he will claim victory. Orange Marmalade did tie us up as far as players alive. He has got a gem available. He doesn't want to use it now. I think he really wants to...
He needs a reset. His Evocate should be back up here very shortly. He's playing Arcane. He's got
trying to avoid the fears.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's got a blink up soon. There comes a Frost Nova. In comes a Poly. And that's going to give him a little bit of time to breathe, but he is going to be trinketed off. And Orange Marmalade is ticking damage. He's got 1 dot. There comes a Shadow of Death. He's down to 2,000. In comes the Evocate. 1 tick. In comes the Fear. And this could be the end. There comes a nice Ice Block. And he's not going to waste mana on Master Spell because he wouldn't have been able to. And this is going to be an insta-poly with a Pom. In comes a First Aid. And Orange Marmalade surviving amazingly. And Hyogi despite his best efforts, he's trying to get the kill, but he's got to be scared about overextending himself, because if he does overextend himself on mana, he could die. And now comes the... This is his chance.
This is the gem. You see the gem, AP